Hey guys, it's Simeon. This is Wrestling Unlimited as we are here on the 11th of November, 2021 to talk about everything that went down tonight at Survivor Series. In all honesty, I liked the show other than the women's 5-on-5, which I thought wasn't bad. I just didn't really get into it that much. Other than that match, I liked everything else. Okay, no, I take that back. Now thinking about it, I hated the finish of Priest versus Nakamura, but it was a kickoff show match, so how many of you actually watched it? Let me know, actually, in the live chat. How many of you watched the kickoff show? How many of you watched the Intercontinental Champion, Shinsuke Nakamura, against Damien Priest, the United States Champion? Let me know in the live chat, or if you're watching later, in the comments below. But with that, if you are watching live, thank you for watching us right here on the PWU Unlimited Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, Twitter.com/PWU Unlimited, and Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited. If you are watching on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can help us out either by hitting that donate button down below or donating a Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember, you can subscribe to the channel two different ways. You can subscribe either with a tiered subscription or with Amazon Prime, because if you have Amazon Prime, then you got Prime Gaming. All you got to do is take that Amazon Prime account, link it to your Twitch account, and now you got a Prime Gaming account that gives you free games like Rise of the Tomb Raider with bonus content, Control Ultimate Edition, and more. Plus, you get free stuff for games like League of Legends, Valorant, and Grand Theft Auto Online, but you always get one free subscription to any Twitch channel that you want to subscribe to throughout the month, and I greatly appreciate it if you subscribe right here, Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Also, remember, if you're watching on YouTube, you put a super chat or a super sticker in the live chat. That guarantees that your comment does get read. I make sure I read all the super chats in the live chats. Remember, super chats do get read live on the air. That way, if you send in a text message and it doesn't get read, well, it would have got read if it was a super chat. Super chats always get read. Sometimes I don't have the time, or kind of they get jumbled up with the text message and I miss one or two, but super chats, they always get read. But also remember, you can hit that channel button, that join button down below, and become a channel member. As a channel member, you get early access to news, early access to podcasts, early access to non-news videos, and so much more. You get early access to news like the news we dropped exclusively this morning regarding what platforms and possible platform issues 2K is having with WWE 2K22. Just gonna put a little teaser out there. Well, they're having some issues which may make it so they can't release copies on specific platforms for specific platform. Like, all platforms will be able to possibly play the game, but not all platforms will be receiving a copy, if you get my drift. If you want to know that story before it does go live throughout later on this week, you can get that by becoming a channel member or subscribing at patreon.com/PWU Unlimited. But hey, the fun don't stop there, because not only are we talking Survivor Series tonight, we're giving away one of these bad boys. We're giving away a AJ Styles bobblehead. Yes, this is a bobblehead from the great folks over at Afoco. And all you got to do to win this, be live in the chat, be active in the chat, speak your mind in the YouTube chat, the Twitch chat, or the Twitter chat. You be live, or you be active while we're live. You then, more you talk, the more you have an opportunity of winning. I'll spin that wheel at the end. It'll generate a winner, and boom, tell me which one of you in the live chat does win the bobblehead that I will be sending out. This one right here is mine, and I do have a little nick on the hair there, if you can see it, but got one still in the package, raring and ready to go for you guys, never been opened. So I will be sending that out this week to one of you, a cool AJ Styles bobblehead. But enough of all of that. Let's jump in and talk about the show, starting, or should I say kicking off, with the kickoff show. The kickoff show, as we've already talked about here, saw Shinsuke Nakamura taking on Damien Priest, with, of course, Boogs at ringside. We had Jimmy Smith, Byron Saxton, and Pat McAfee on commentary, and of course, you You can't have a Nakamura match without Pat McAfee on commentary. That would just be blasphemy. Blasphemy. So, Priest had the early advantage and worked over Nakamura's arm. Completely the heel in this match, especially at the finish. Boog started playing his guitar to distract Priest, and McAfee danced in the background. He's sitting there. He's like, am I hearing? Who did he say? Who did he say again? He's like, am I hearing Jimi Hendrix or something like that? I thought it was funny. Nakamura rocked Priest with a knee here, and Priest, though, fired back. Priest then missed a splash in the corner, and Nakamura briefly took over. Priest fought back and slowed the pace down with a chin lock. Boogs played the guitar again, which annoyed Priest. Priest knocked down Nakamura and gave Boogs a final warning to stop playing the guitar. Nakamura took advantage and hit a sliding German suplex for a 2. Nakamura went for a knee off the second turnbuckle, but Priest countered it to a spinning heel kick. Priest hit a splash in the corner and followed this up with a brutal clothesline. Priest and Nakamura traded kicks in the middle of the ring. Nakamura took over with a sliding knee for a close near fall. Fans broke out in a loud Nakamura, Damien Priest, Nakamura, Damien Priest, dueling chants here. Nakamura went for a Kinshasa, and Priest countered with the South of Heaven choke slam for a very, very close near fall. Priest then went for the Reckoning, and Nakamura broke free. This is when Priest put Nakamura in the go-go plot and he started to fade, started to pass out. All of a sudden, Boogs started to play the guitar to electrify some life, I guess you can say, into Nakamura as Pat McAfee's yelling, he's coming back! He's coming back to life! And Nakamura did get out of the hold, because Priest got annoyed and let him out of it, so he really didn't come back to life. Priest then jumped out of the ring, grabbed the guitar, and smashed it. Just broke the neck right off from the body. Fans reacted. Huge boos here. He then took part of the guitar and hit Boogs with it. Nakamura jumped out of the ring, and Priest nailed him with the guitar as well, calling for the disqualification. So with that, technically, SmackDown gets a point there. Shinsuke Nakamura picks up the victory. So right now, in the points is SmackDown 1, Raw 0. One second. Gotta make a note there. So that was the pre-show. Nothing else really happened other than they showed Vince McMahon show up, and he had the egg from the Red Notice movie, and he made everybody cheer for him. And they didn't tell us this was supposed to be a plug for the Red Notice movie. And then all of a sudden, one of the people on the panel goes, "Oh, I think that's the egg from that Red Notice movie that's sponsoring the show here." And they're like, the other one's like, "Oh, that makes sense." Like none of them have seen Red Notice or something. And I only know it's the egg because Twitter keeps showing me them goddamn Antiques Roadshow videos with Ryan Reynolds getting the egg appraised. That's the only reason I knew it was the egg. Other than that, I wouldn't have known it was the egg. Haven't watched it yet. Been told I should watch it. Haven't watched it yet, though. As the main show starts, we get a big opening video, not only hyping up the show, but actually acting as a trailer for the Red Notice movie. Now, earlier in the day, at one point, people were under the impression, now I don't know, I can't confirm 100% if this was the plan or if just it was pitched enough where people thought it was the plan, but I was told at one point the women are going on last. The women as in Becky and Charlotte. Fightful also put out a report confirming, and that confirmed to me, okay, my source was right, because I was like, are you sure about that? And they're like, I'm not 100% sure, but that's what people are talking about right now. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to post it if you're not sure. I didn't post it. Fightful then posted it. So that then confirmed to me, okay, at least they're hearing the same thing. I can put it up on the website. Here's the match order. But unfortunately, seems like that was swapped last minute or within maybe the last 20 minutes before the show did go on the air, where they swapped it. The women went on first, and the men, Big E and Roman, went on last in the main event. And so that got me thinking, I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Why are they switching this? Is there something big that's going to happen in or at the end of the main event? And no, but honestly, what happened here was they didn't just switch those two matches. They switched the entire card upside down. Because originally, other than the kickoff show, it was supposed to go Roman Big E, women's 5-on-5, Battle Royal, tag titles, or tag teams. Those could have been flipped either way. There wasn't a specific spot for those. Men's Survivor Series, Becky, Charlotte. That was the main, what was perceived as the lineup for the show. But then it got switched to Becky, Charlotte at the beginning. Men's Survivor Series matches. The Men's Survivor Series 5-on-5. Battle Royal. Tag teams. The women 5-on-5. And then Roman and Big E. So I don't know what happened to cause the flip. But at one point, and maybe it was always this, and just some people were under the impression it could have been the other way. But with that, the main show did kick off with Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch. I thought this match was amazing, hard-hitting, but they had a few clunks in the middle of it. There's a few spots where I was like, oh, that could have been a little better, like Becky's leg drop, where Charlotte was supposed to moved a little too late, still got kicked. But we'll talk about it all right here. I honestly think that this match that did go 18 minutes and a roughly 15 seconds or so should have been the main event. Not only was it the most built-up match because, well, they actually cut promos on each other, but it was the most talked-about WWE match outside of just wrestling media in a very, very long time. Like, I don't remember the last time that non-wrestling media was talking about a WWE match as much as this match. So, honestly, this should have been the main event. But they recap Flair versus Lynch in a video that we had just seen on the kickoff show less than 20 minutes prior. So I'm like, oh, got to sit through this 5-minute video again. But great video, edited perfectly. I thought the way that they edited Charlotte's last promo on Becky and Becky's last promo on Charlotte was great. And then ending it with Charlotte saying, I'm going to beat the piss out of you at Survivor Series. Uh-oh. It was a cool little, like, Charlotte did her uh-oh thing, and everyone made fun of it. So then Becky's going to do the uh-oh, but as a rib or as a joke. But anyways, commentary for this match was Michael Cole, Pat McAfee, and Corey Graves. And I go, oh, just give me these three. These three were fantastic together. But then they kept giving us different iterations of this with taking Cole out and throwing in Jimmy Smith or taking out Pat and putting in Corey. And I'm like, no, they should have just done Corey, Pat, and Cole, because they were fantastic together. Those three worked fantastic together. Michael Cole was there just to be the professional commentator, but I loved the back and forth between Pat McAfee and Corey Graves, and we got that classic SmackDown we get every week between Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. At one point, and I didn't write it down in my notes, but at one point, Pat McAfee literally tells Michael Cole during this match, let me see if I can find the exact quote. He said during this match, where was it? Michael Cole, you say dumb things all the time. I was like, oh, okay, Pat. But regarding the match itself, though, Lynch got a huge pop from the crowd as Charlotte got just drained with boos. I believe Charlotte was supposed to be Agatha Harkness from Marvel and the WandaVision show as well. Becky was dressed as a version of the Scarlet Witch. She didn't have the headpiece, and instead of having the cape, she had a red jacket, but she had the kick pads and stuff, just like the Scarlet Witch leg pads. So, hey, cool. Well, cool. It was the two witches against each other. The good witch, Scarlet Witch, who's sometimes bad, and the evil witch, Agatha. But with that, Lynch was furious before the bell even rang as the referee's holding her back. Flair rocked Lynch right as the bell rang, and Lynch fired back with some kicks, but Flair went for the leg. Lynch got control, and the fans broke out in a loud Becky chant. Flair recovered and slammed Lynch's head on the mat. Flair posed in the ring. The fans erupted in boos as Flair walked around, I guess you could say, confident in herself, maybe, I guess is the word you can use. They then traded some shots before Flair recovered and slammed Becky into the barricade. They jumped in the ring and started trash talking one another. And you could tell a couple times, you read her lips and you even heard it once or twice. Becky kept calling Charlotte a bitch. She said, hey, you bitch. Like, she had her in a version of the figure four at one point, and she like leaned forward and Charlotte tried to swipe at her. And Becky kind of like backed off, went forward. I'll talk about the spot in a minute. Went forward and like, come at me, you bitch. I'm like, goddamn. They're talking trash throughout this entire time. Flair and Lynch are just trading these hard-ass slaps back and forth until Flair hit a clothesline. Flair followed this up with a hard chop and a forearm in the corner. Flair went back to the leg, but Lynch countered and kicked her in the head. Lynch then went for a kind of version of the disarmor, but Flair reversed it. Lynch went for an armbar, or just a regular kind of armbar, and Flair countered with a power bomb for a close near fall. Flair then yelled at Lynch that she's the greatest. Flair went for a moonsault. Lynch rolled out of the way. Flair landed on her feet and did that standing moonsault transition deal, the Andrade moonsault. Flair and Lynch did some more trash talking, and Lynch fired up and caught Flair with a leg drop to the back of the neck for a close 2 count. The fans broke out and allowed "This is awesome" chant. Lynch was firmly in control and rocked Flair with uppercuts. Flair went for a big boot and hit a back elbow instead. And got a near fall. It was a back elbow, but I think this is more miscommunication. She went for the boot. Becky kind of ducked it. Charlotte kind of like stopped in her tracks, and then boom, they just collided. Becky's front with Charlotte's back. First clunky spot of the match. I think there's like 2 or 3. But that spot, it looked weird. Pat McAfee even noted, hey, did they clonk heads or something? It looks like Becky went into the back of Charlotte's head there. The Flair went for a slam, and Lynch slipped out, and hit an inverted DDT for a near fall. Lynch missed a leg drop off the top, and then Lynch recovered and hit a manhandle slam, but she was too close to the ropes, and before the ref can count 3, Charlotte got her leg up, and I think it was Corey Graves noted, great ring, no, it was Pat McAfee, because it was Pat McAfee, I remember now, because Corey made fun of him. He goes, great ring awareness by Charlotte Flair to get her long legs up there to break the count. She's got IQ of like 100,000,000. Or he said she's got a ring IQ of 1,000,000 or something like that. And Corey Graves just nonchalantly goes, that's not a thing, Pat. Going forward, Lynch grabs Charlotte's leg, pulls her away from the ropes. Woo! Does a little woo. Pat McAfee goes, oh, I know what's coming. And she tries to lock on the figure 4. But she doesn't fully get it locked on, and Corey Graves notices it. Corey Graves goes, Lynch is going for the figure 4, but she does not actually have it in. All of a sudden, Becky like rings her arm around, and Corey goes, oh, she has now modified it into a heel hook. So she modifies the figure 4 into a heel hook, and this is the spot where she sits up. Charlotte goes to swipe at her. She backs up, comes back, says, come at me, you bitch. Charlotte reverses the figure 4 or whatever, and they still make the note that, yes, now it's going to hurt Becky, but there's still not as much pressure as a real figure 4 because Becky never fully locked it in. Fans at this point were chanting, this is awesome. This is awesome. And Pat McAfee let us know, yes, this is awesome. So then knocked Lynch off the ring apron and went for a moonsault. But she barely hit Lynch, over-rotated, and almost hit the ring of the barricade with the back of her head. Flair took over and locked on a disarmor, but Lynch made it to the ropes. The finish of the match then came when Flair rolled up Lynch, held onto the ropes. Ref caught her. Lynch then reversed the roll-up into a roll-up of her own and not only grabbed the ropes, but wrapped her arm around the bottom rope for the leverage. Ref didn't see it. Bada bing, bada boom. Becky has just pinned Charlotte. But there was some tomfoolery at the end. So, you know, Charlotte's not going to be happy. Charlotte's going to see that replay, show up on Friday and go, hey, Becky, you didn't beat me. You cheated to win. Let's do this again. I think they're going to do this match again. I really, really, really do. There was no need to not have the clean finish if they aren't planning on doing this again, with Charlotte complaining and saying, no. Becky couldn't beat me straight up. Becky can't beat any. She can literally say Becky can't beat anybody straight up. She had to surprise come at Bianca at SummerSlam. She had to use the ropes to pin Sasha at Crown Jewel, and now she had to use the ropes to pin me. Let's do it, Becky. You and me, no disqualification. Rope breaks, not a thing. Let's go, or something where she can't use the. I don't know. They need to do something. I think this is going to be a repeat match we're going to get. I don't know when, I don't know where, but I think after this match, how hyped up the crowd was, how much the fans online were into this match, how much non-wrestling media was looking forward to this match. This match right here, without a Ronda Rousey, can main event WrestleMania. Charlotte versus Becky with this kind of a build. Just them two. You don't need a Ronda Rousey. Can main event WrestleMania. And I'm not saying, and no offense to Bianca and Sasha, because I've said this for the last 6-7 months now. The night one main event, it's all cool and dandy, but the real WrestleMania event is that night two main event. And so put these two in the night two main event. Title versus title. Do it again. We'll put the titles on the line, just like you did at 35, and we'll see how it all does go down. Again, no disrespect to Bianca and Sasha, who main evented night one. But to me, the real main event of all of WrestleMania was the night two main event. Because if it's just a night one main event, you really think, and again, no offense, they do Sasha and Bianca over that triple threat for the Universal title? No. The night two main event is always what would be perceived as the real main event. And I think these two, with this kind of a build, but longer to do it. Like if you start building this up, like coming off the Rumble or something, and you give them like a 2-month build, and they can go on Ariel Helwani, they can go on the Tonight Show, they can go on Sports Center and all those other shows and just bitch about one another and talk shit and this and that and da-da-da-da-da. Oh, man. I think it could be really good. I hope if they do it, they don't try to rush anything. And I see people in the live chat saying, what if they're on different brands? That's why I said that you make this a blood feud. And where they say, fuck brands, we're willing to both put our titles on the line. Just like they did back at WrestleMania 35. Both titles on the line. So that's how you can get away with them. One being the SmackDown Women's Champion, one being the Raw Women's Champion. That they say, I don't care about brands. I don't care about you're on Raw and you're on SmackDown. I'll put my title on the line. You put your title on the line. Both titles on the line. We do this at WrestleMania in the main event. I think it would be fantastic. The night two main event in AT&T Stadium. Oh, you give them 2 months to build this up. Those two women can go out there and talk this match up enough. I really do think. We got a recap of The Rock's debut 25 years ago in Madison Square Garden at the 1996 Survivor Series. A lot of these kinds of videos throughout the night. Also interesting, we got a couple of videos hyping up certain superstars that I think may be challenging for championship soon. Because before the men's Survivor Series match, we got a pretty lengthy career retrospective video on Drew McIntyre. Later in the night, we got one of these for Bobby Lashley. And they've been saying, the rumors are going, Drew's the next challenger for Roman. You have this video hyping up his career. Maybe Bobby Lashley's the next challenger for Big E. We'll see how it goes down. But it was very interesting and random that we got this Drew video here, and then we got the Bobby video later. But going forward, we had the men's 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series match. Team Raw was Bobby Lashley, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Austin Theory, and Seth Rollins. Team SmackDown was Drew McIntyre, Jeff Hardy, Sheamus, Happy Corbin, and King Woods. This match went just short of 30 minutes. I think it was 29 minutes and 50 seconds or something like that. And my first thought was, okay, so everyone's going to come out. Team Raw's going to come out. Team SmackDown's going to come out. We're going to go. No. Every motherfucker in this match got a damn entrance. Everybody got their entrance. And I go, this show's never going to end. But the match itself I thought was really good. I really did enjoy this match. Jimmy Smith, Pat McAfee, and Byron Saxton did the commentary for this match. They recapped all the changes in the last couple of weeks with Sami Zayn being pulled from Team SmackDown, Sheamus being put in that spot, the Mysterios getting pulled, Austin Theory, Bobby Lashley getting put in, and so forth. So Kevin Owens argued with Seth Rollins early on, saying, hey, let me start the match. I want to go first. Seth, let me start. And he yells at Rollins and says he's got something to prove. And so it looks like it's going to start off Kevin Owens, King Woods, or Xavier Woods. He ain't got a crown. To me, you ain't got a crown, you ain't king. And Owens, soon as the match rings, the bell rings, ding, 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 he rolls out of the ring. He skedaddles up the ramp and then goes, I don't want to be here anyways. Basically just yells, I don't need to be here. I don't need this. I don't like any of you. You don't trust me? I don't trust you. And so he gets his ass counted out. Yep. Kevin Owens gets counted out. First one eliminated. This then brings in Austin Theory. Woods took advantage and dragged Theory to his corner. Team SmackDown isolated Theory and cut him off from his team. Rollins got the tag, and Corbin rocked him with a clothesline, and McAfee starts cheering for Corbin. And I go, well, at least McAfee's loyal to SmackDown because he hates Corbin. I mean, he's happy Corbin, and he still says, oh, man, this guy was a bum-ass Corbin. Now he thinks he's happy. No, he's bum-ass Corbin. No. Corbin, Theory right in the gut, and he goes, oh, yeah, a Golden Glove boxer on Team SmackDown. And I'm like, yeah, this guy knows how to show brand loyalty, even for a guy you don't like. Bum-ass Happy Corbin. So I thought that was really, really good of Pat McAfee, showing his brand loyalty, where he's got two Monday Night Raw guys there with him. Anyways, Corbin rocks him with a punch to the gut and a clothesline. Hardy then tags in, and the crowd goes wild, chanting for Hardy. Hardy, 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 Hardy. SmackDown team continues to dominate as they now isolate Finn Balor on their side of the ring. McIntyre hits a delayed vertical suplex on Balor and gets a near fall. Balor fought back, but Corbin hit a deep 6 for a near fall. Lashley then jumps in, and McIntyre caught him with the belly-to-belly suplex. Balor took the advantage and hit a coup de grace on Corbin to eliminate the happy one. This then leads to a face-off between Hardy and Balor. And the fans yet again broke out into a loud Hardy chant. These fucking fans love Jeff Hardy. I'll read you a quote Nick sent me during this match later on towards the end about Jeff Hardy. It was great. It was great. Hardy rolled up Balor with a sunset flip, but Balor rolled through and hit a basement dropkick. Rollins backed Hardy into the corner, and the Raw team isolated him on their side of the ring. Balor slowed down the pace with a chin lock on Hardy. Balor then placed Hardy on the top rope, but Hardy fought back. Hardy kicked Balor and Rollins off the top rope and hit a whisper in the wind. Lashley then pulled McAfee off the apron and slammed him into the ring post. Woods then got the hot tag and ran wild. He hit a rolling DDT on Rollins and rocked Theory with a forearm. Woods climbed to the top, and Lashley knocked him off. Lashley tagged in, hit a spear, put on the hurt lock, and well, I never saw him tap per se, but the ref called for the submission. Woods has been eliminated. Lashley wouldn't break the hold, which allowed SmackDown to jump in. McIntyre and Lashley went face to face, right in the middle of the ring, and Lashley looked like a freaking beast here. Lashley gained control and hit a shoulder tackle in the corner. McIntyre then fired back with a clothesline and then sent him to the floor. Lashley and McIntyre brawled around ringside and over the barricade. Eventually, the ref counted both men out. So that was 3 countouts in one freaking match. The fans erupted in boos from this as we got a double countout. Lashley jumped McIntyre, and McIntyre fought back and hit a Claymore. Rollins then taunted McIntyre as he got eliminated. McIntyre then hit a Glasgow kick on Rollins. Sheamus tried to take advantage, but only scored a 2. Balor was firmly in control and went for the coup de grace. Sheamus moved out of the way and hit the Brogue Kick to eliminate Balor. It then came down to Rollins and Theory, Sheamus and Hardy. Theory rocked Sheamus with a knee and a close near fall. And I'm sitting here thinking, full circle, ain't it? Seth's in here with one of his former disciples in Austin Theory. Cool. They really pushing Austin Theory, giving him a final 2 spot on Team SmackDown here. So Rollins gets tagged in and slows down the pace with the chin lock on Sheamus. Hardy tags in, briefly runs wild on Rollins, hit a splash off the second turnbuckle and got a 2. Sheamus then jumps off. Hardy then jumps off Sheamus's back for what do they call that move? Poetry in motion-ish kind of move. More of a splash, not the full poetry in motion kind of deal. And splashes on both Rollins and Theory. Rollins then went for a stomp, and Sheamus countered with a white noise. Sheamus went for the brogue kick, but Theory caused a distraction. Rollins hit a super kick and got a near fall. Rollins then pulled Hardy off the apron, and Sheamus had nobody to tag. Theory took advantage here, rolled up Sheamus, and eliminated the Celtic Warrior. Sheamus, furious, and rocked Theory with a clothesline. He then got in Hardy's face, and I go, oh, he's going to say, you better win this for us. No. He knocks out fucking Jeff Hardy with a clothesline. His own teammate, which was funny because Jeff Hardy comes out. So when they're doing their entrances, Woods comes out first. Hardy comes out. Woods is all happy. He's doing the Jeff Hardy dance. Realizes, oh, Jeff ain't doing it. I need to stop. But then Sheamus comes out. And when he walks by Jeff on the ramp, and I don't know if maybe this was foreshadowing or something, or if it was whatever, he literally walks by Jeff, taps him on the shoulder, and goes, we got this. We got this. Like showing their teammates. They're going to work together. But then later in the match, old Sheamus, old Shamo, just goes, fuck this. I'm going to knock you out even though you're my own teammate. But I don't know if that was an intentional thing, a little, hey, I'm going to play nice at the beginning, but I'm not at the end, so I'm going to tease playing nice. I thought that was nice because he literally walks down the ramp, looks at Woods, looks at Hardy, kind of like taps Hardy on the arm, shoulder. He's like that. He's like, we got this. He's like, so interesting. So Rollins in Theory tried to give Hardy a double suplex. Hardy knocked the heels off and takes the shirt off. Jeff Hardy takes the shirt off and everybody goes wild. And I get this message from Nick. And this was great. I get this message from Nick that literally says, where was it? Oh, come on. Now I'm not going to be able to find the message. He says literally, quote, Jeff can be 80 and people will pop for him taking his shirt off. Like, yes, that will never not get a pop. 1,000%. I thought that was really funny, Nick, over there with this little comment. Didn't watch much of the show, I don't think, though. Because he stopped commenting to me on the show. So, it comes down to just Jeff Hardy, Seth Rollins. Hardy Rollins, last two in the match. Fans broke out in a loud Hardy chant after he had eliminated Austin Theory. Rollins got in Hardy's face, but Hardy kicked him in the gut. He went for the twist of fate, and Rollins countered. Hardy then rolled up Rollins and got a 2. Fans broke out in a "This is awesome" chant. Rollins went for the stomp, and Hardy caught the foot. Hardy recovered and hit the twist of fate for a huge pop, went for the swanton, and Rollins got the knees up, hit the stomp, and picked up the victory, being the sole survivor, winning for Team Raw. So at this point, if we're keeping score, and I forgot to mention it afterwards, so after Becky Charlotte, the score went 1-1. Becky got that point for Raw. After this, Seth picks up the victory. We're now up 2-1 as he scores for Monday Night Raw. Then the commentators noted this is the second year in a row that the Raw men's team has beaten the men's SmackDown team. They recapped The Rock defeating Mankind at the 1998 Survivor Series to win the WWE Championship. So the show from earlier in the day, Vince showing up and having everybody cheer for his egg, his golden egg. Then Roman Reigns appears in the back. And he walks into Vince's office. Reigns walks in the office. McMahon shows off Cleopatra's gold egg and claimed that The Rock actually gave it to him. McMahon bragged about the egg, saying that it cost $100 million. Reigns said that's how much his next contract's going to cost. Basically, that was all of this segment. That's not all of Vince in this egg, though. I don't know where this is leading to, but we'll talk about it later. Vince basically said he's going to be on Raw tomorrow to get his fucking egg. Next up, we had about a 10.5-minute match. It was a Rock 25th anniversary debut celebratory 25-man battle royal or something like that. In this match was In alphabetical order, AJ Styles, Angelo Dawkins, Apollo Crews, Cedric Alexander, Cesaro, Chad Gable, Otis, Commander Aziz, Dolph Ziggler, Drew Gulak, the Viking Raiders, Eric and Ivar, Los Lotharios, Angel and Humberto, Jinder Mahal, R-Truth, Ricochet, Robert Roode, Sami Zayn, Shanky, T-Bar, and the Street Profits. I threw myself off because I wrote Ziggler twice. And this was just a typical Battle Royal sponsored by Pizza Hut. They had a bunch of Pizza Hut triple layer boxes or double layer boxes or whatever on tables up by the ramp, and then another table full of Pizza Hut pizza down by the announce table or whatever. And as soon as the match starts, ding, 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 AJ Styles climbs out through the middle rope and just goes and stands on the announce table going, all right, I'm just going to sit and wait. I'm going to wait. I love that. I thought that was really smart of the phenomenal AJ Styles. The Street Profits grabbed a box of pizza as they walked to the ring. Like I said, there were pizzas all over. They gave their Pizza Hut box to Michael Cole, Corey Grave, but not Byron Saxton. Saxton's like, hey, where's my pizza? Bell rang, and like I said, AJ got right out of the ring. Almost then immediately eliminates Drew Gulak. R-Truth climbed out of the ring, grabbed himself a slice of pizza, tried to give it to Omos. Otis then approached and ate the slice of pizza instead, and then, well, he eats the pizza and gets eliminated for his troubles. Omos then took advantage, and since Truth couldn't get the elimination, Omos gets the elimination. Cesaro then rocks Gable with an uppercut, eliminating him. Fans broke out in a "We want pizza" chant. We want pizza. We want pizza. Ricochet caught T-Bar with the dropkick in the corner and tossed him out of the ring. Shanky then eliminated several SmackDown wrestlers, including Ivar. Omos and Shanky went face-to-face in the middle of the ring. Omos grabbed Shanky and just threw him right out. Just threw him right out. Mansoor tried eliminating Rude and Ziggler, but they hit their spinebuster zigzag combo on him. Rude challenged Omos, and Omos easily dumps him. Just, whoof, you're gone. Ziggler told Omos that he wanted to be his friend. And suddenly, Styles hits the phenomenal forearm on Dolph Ziggler and tosses him out of the ring. AJ's now back in. Sammy tried to get Cesaro and Ricochet to work together. He's like, look, my shirt's blue. Your shirts are blue. Team SmackDown, we need to work together. There's only 3 of us left. The rest are all from Raw. And he's like, follow my lead. You guys work for me or something like that. And they're like, huh? And they just attack Sammy and throw him out. Well, actually, they attack Sammy, and this leads to the Street Profits, I believe, eliminating him. Omos and Commander Aziz had a brief stare down because Omos had to have a stare down with every big guy in this match. Omos then hits a clothesline and eliminates Aziz. Omos then also tosses Apollo Crews. It then comes down. Omos, Ricochet, Cesaro, Street Profits, and I think AJ? Maybe AJ's, I don't, I'm a little confused AJ's role here. So, Omos eliminates Cesaro and Dawkins for his 9th and 10th eliminations in this match. Montez Ford then tried to fight back, but Omos dumped Ford. Then came down to Ricochet and Omos. Again, let me know in the chat, when was AJ eliminated? I didn't catch it. I honestly didn't catch when AJ was actually eliminated. So it came down to Ricochet and Omos. Fans got big behind Ricochet, even though they love Omos. I mean, most fans love Omos. But he hit Omos with a drop kick. Omos quickly recovers, grabbed him, and just threw him out of the ring. After the match, Styles went over to the pizza, but Ford knocked him down. Ford and Dawkins ran off with a box of pizza, and I was like, okay, you ran off with one box of pizza and started throwing it into the crowd. And I go, yeah, well, if AJ wants pizza, he can grab one of those other 4 boxes. Also, this got to be their thing now. The New Day used to throw pancakes. Now they need to throw slices of pizza. That's their thing now. The New Day used to throw pancakes, and they throw pizza. It's got to be their thing now. Hunter Does Game says AJ should have just stayed on the outside and won the whole thing. 2 people say he got eliminated by Apollo Crews. Okay, I totally missed that then. I totally missed that because, like, I'm watching this match and it's like, wait, I know AJ came in and did the forearm, but when did he get eliminated? I never saw the elimination. Commander Aziz and Omos had a tug of war of a. Okay, I missed that. I totally missed that then. with Omos winning the Battle Royal, that's another win for Raw, 3-1. Raw is up 3-1. Also, remember, guys, be active in the chat. Because if you're active in the chat, win this puppy. Well, not this exact one. This one's mine. But you can win yourself AJ Styles bobblehead. Remember, be active in the chat, either on YouTube, Twitch, or Twitter throughout this entire, I guess, review, we're calling it, as we always do. Next up, we have the Raw Tag Team Champions against the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And to be honest, it's not the right time to take titles off of RK Bro. But I thought this would have meant more and been a bigger match if it was the New Day against the Usos. Because you had Roman versus Big E in the main event. You've been building up this whole thing with Woods and Kofi and the Bloodline and all that. I really thought this would have been better if it was the New Day against the Usos, just for bringing everything together kind of thing. Because it was like, oh, they did all this stuff with Woods and with Woods and, well, no, I'm wrong. That couldn't have happened anyways. Never mind. I'm an idiot. Usos are the New Day's not on Raw anyway, so never mind. I'm an idiot. That couldn't have happened. Scratch that. I'm dumb. I'll admit it. Would have made sense because they did all that stuff with the New Day, but then at the same time, it wouldn't make sense because they're not on Raw to win the Raw title. So never mind. I'll admit it when I'm wrong, and I'm dumb for that thought. I wasn't thinking fully. Going forward, this match went just shy of 15 minutes. Commentary pushed hard that Randy Orton has broken the record for most pay-per-view matches ever in WWE, and Randy Orton's going to break a couple more records. I think, let me look at something really fast. I think he's one win away from most matches also on Monday Night Raw. And I think he is 5 nights away. Well, no. I think he's one match away from getting the record for most matches on Raw, which is also held by Kane, which he used to hold this record with. But I think he is also 6 appearances away for most. So there's 2 records. There's most matches on Monday Night Raw and most appearances on Monday Night Raw. Right now, Randy Orton has, I want to say, I don't know the exact number for most matches on Raw. Rosenberg said he's 1 away from that one, which is also tied with Kane. But also, Kane has the most. No, here it is. Yeah. So, Randy Orton has 431 appearances on Monday Night Raw. No, that's not right. No, that is right. 431 appearances on Monday Night Raw. Kane has 436 appearances on Monday Night Raw. Also, Randy Orton does currently hold the record. No. John Cena has the record of most wins on Monday Night Raw. John Cena has 248 wins on Monday Night Raw. Randy Orton has 224 wins on Monday Night Raw. But Randy Orton almost is gonna break that record of most matches on Raw and most appearances on Raw very shortly. I mean, he's got 3-4 more years on that contract. He ain't going nowhere. And he's gonna at least 20, 30 more, if not more than that, on that pay-per-view record. And I don't know how many more hundreds on those Raw records. So going forward, I thought this match really fun. I thought this was a really good match with RK Bro having the early advantage until the Usos regrouped on the floor. Orton fought back and caught Jay with the right hand. Orton then helped Riddle into a splash on Jay. Riddle sent Jimmy to the floor and hit a dive. Jay took advantage and knocked Riddle off the apron. Jimmy followed this up with a suicide dive. Usos then took over and isolated Riddle on their side of the ring. Jay charged at Riddle, and Riddle caught him with a kick to the head. Jimmy stopped Riddle from making a tag and slowed down the pace with the chin lock. Riddle tried to make the tag, but Jimmy dragged him to their side of the ring. Jay slowed the pace down with another chin lock, and Riddle fought back. I think Jimmy got tagged in. He tried to go for like a variation of a GTS here and completely missed. But I think it was Jimmy Uso still sold it. He like had him up and then like popped him, and he was supposed to come down and hit the knee, and he completely just whiffed it, missed that knee. But Jimmy still sold it because, hey, you think, hey, maybe it got close enough. Maybe the camera made it look close enough, so you have to sell the move. Just like back in the day when Jeff Hardy goes for the whisper in the wind, nowhere near Jinder Mahal, and he just falls down anyways. Because you always have to think, yeah, that may not have actually looked good, but maybe the camera that it was on, because you're always playing to the television audience, maybe the camera that it was on made it look good enough. You have to sell the move. So he sells the move. Orton then got the hot tag and ran wild on the Usos. He went for a draping DDT, and Jay pulled Jimmy to safety. Orton recovered and slammed Jay on the announce table. He slammed Jimmy on the announce table as well. Orton set up for the RKO on Jay, but he escaped. Jay rocked Orton with a super kick, but he fell into his corner. Riddle tagged himself in and ran wild on the heels. Riddle hit a senton, and Jimmy went for one on Jay, but Jay got his knees up. Riddle fought back and hit a German suplex for a 2. Usos then hit a pop-up Samoan drop on pinned Riddle. Well, tried to pin him, got a near fall off of it. Usos took over and hit a double super kick on Orton. They then hit a double super kick on Riddle for a close near fall. Riddle fought back and knocked Jay to the floor. Riddle tagged in Orton, but Jimmy didn't see it. Jimmy knocked Orton to the floor and went for the splash on Riddle. Orton then jumped up, hit the RKO in midair, and boom, picked up the victory for Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw is now up 4-1. 4-1. After the match, Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville were in the office of Vince McMahon when Vince all of a sudden goes, "Where's my egg? Who stole my egg?" And he demanded, Sonya Deville's like on her phone or whatever in Vince's office, like disrespect to the boss right there. And he's like, "Hey, go find out, use that phone, go find out who's got my egg." He looks at Adam Pearce and he's like, go talk to every superstar here. He's like, maybe one of the superstars. Yeah, go talk to every superstar here. Like, I'm going to get my egg back. He demands that if Pearce can't find it, he'll show up tomorrow on Raw looking for his egg. And I go, what kind of fucking storyline is this? You're going to put Vince on TV? Where's my egg? Who stole my egg? What's going to happen? R-Truth is going to come out and go, here you go. I thought it was for Halloween. I thought it was a Halloween candy. Open it up, there's no candy and no chocolate. I don't know. I don't fucking know what they're going to do. It's going to be something stupid. This is a weird-ass storyline. Where's Vince's egg? The $100 million egg that The Rock gave him. Yeah, okay. Because The Rock really found a $100 million egg. No, that was a fucking movie. Anyways. They showed the Xia Li comic book promo from SmackDown as we go into the women's elimination match. Team Raw is comprised of Bianca Belair, Carmella, Liv Morgan, Queen Zelina, and Rhea Ripley. Team SmackDown was Sasha Banks, Toni Storm, Sonya Deville. No, Shayna Baszler. I don't know why it's just Sonya Deville. Shayna Baszler, Natalya, and Shotzi. This match went 23.5 minutes. And it was okay, felt like it dragged at times, and the fans kind of weren't really into it. And if you look on Twitter, fans were actually doing the wave during this match. Like the upper deck tried to get it going, and in about like 5-10 minutes after that, whoo, the whole building was doing the wave. Woo, doing the wave. Woo, doing the wave. The storyline was, well, Team SmackDown just can't get along, and apparently none of them women like Sasha. Carmella and Toni Storm started off the match. Carmella rocked Storm with the forearm and demanded her mask go on. She tags Zelina, tries to go get the mask. They can't put the mask on. She then jumps back up with the mask in hand, tells Zelina to tag her, Then asks Lena to help her put the mask on. Then they have a kerfluffle with the mask. She gets rolled up. Carmella eliminated. What the hell? Huh? And it was a red mask because they're the red team. Carmella yells at Rhea Ripley because she apparently knocked it out of her hand, the mask or whatever. I don't know. Yeah. Fans then broke out and allowed Tony chant after Toni Storm got that pin. Banks then tagged in and took on Bianca Belair, but then Shotzi tagged herself in. Shotzi backed Liv Morgan into the corner. Natalya took over and hit a suplex on Morgan for a near fall. Raw regained control and isolated Natalya on their side of the ring. Ripley rocked Natalya with a drop kick to the head for a near fall. Natalya recovered and caught Ripley with a German suplex. Baszler and Natalya gave Ripley a double delayed vertical suplex. Baszler tried to stomp Ripley's arm, but Ripley fought back. Ripley went for the riptide, but Baszler escaped. Banks tried to make the tag, and Shotzi pulled her off the apron. Baszler recovered and locked on an armbar on Ripley. Baszler transitioned into a Karafuda clutch, but Ripley broke free. Ripley then went for the riptide, and Shotzi jumped in the ring. Baszler locked on the Karafuda clutch, but Ripley broke free. The fans were dead, not making a peep, doing the wave. Belair and Banks went face to face, and the fans kind of, barely, sort of came alive for a "Let's go Sasha EST, let's go Sasha EST" chant. Belair was firmly in control here and hit a follow-away slam. Banks recovered and hit a tornado DDT for a near fall. Belair recovered and hit a huge spinebuster for a 2. Belair then went for the KOD, but Banks landed on her feet. Banks regained control and dropped Vega onto Banks. Got a near fall off of it. Fans then, for some reason, broke out into a faint CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk chant. I'm like, they're really bored. They really don't like this match. And I was kind of bored too. It just seemed at this point to just drag and drag. Toni Storm then just out of nowhere pins Zelina Vega to eliminate her. Morgan then rolls up Storm for a near fall. Baszler jumps in the ring. Morgan tossed Baszler to the floor and hit an Oblivion on Storm to eliminate her. The fans then booed when Toni Storm got eliminated. Baszler locked on the Karafuda clutch on Liv Morgan, but she backed her into the corner. Shotzi tagged in and climbed to the top, but Banks tagged herself in. Banks then eliminated Morgan from the match. Shotzi and Baszler worked together to eliminate Ripley. Came down to Banks, Shotzi, Baszler, Natty, all against Bianca Belair. Belair knocked SmackDown all off the apron and backed Natalya into her corner. Banks tagged in, and Shotzi tried to stop her. Shotzi and Banks then argued to ringside. Banks pushed Shotzi into Baszler, Natty, and... Hold on. Yeah, Banks pushed Shotzi into Baszler. Natty and Shotzi and Baszler then kept pulling Banks out of the ring. I'm like, what the fuck is this dumb shit? They literally held Sasha out of the ring till she got herself counted out. They got her counted out. And then they all stood in front of her and they're like, we don't like you anyways. Go, bye. And I'm like, what kind of dumb shit is this? Fans then booed heavily for the count-out elimination of Sasha Banks. And then these women messed up. They messed up. It's 3-on-1 and they couldn't beat Bianca. Natty goes for the sharpshooter. Bianca breaks free. She knocks her into Baszler. Bianca then uses a small package. Natty, get the heck out of here. Belair then quickly eliminates Baszler from the match as well. Comes down Shotzi, Bianca. And I go, I like this. Two sort of fresh faces. You got Bianca, who's been around for about a year. You got Shotzi, who's been on the main roster for a little while, finally getting that push. She's made it to the final 2. I like this. Shotzi hits a crossbody on Bianca. Belair rolls through. Shotzi regains control and scored a near fall. Belair then rammed Shotzi into the corner and hits the KOD to pick up the victory. SmackDown gets beat again. Raw now 5-1. 5-1. More highlights of Rock's career. In the back, Kayla Braxton then approaches Paul Heyman. Heyman said he doesn't know what happened to Vince's old golden egg. Braxton then said, hey, Paul, I just also wanted to let you know, Brock Lesnar's suspension, no longer indefinite. Here's the thing. WWE will be running in the Staples Center on December 10th. Well, not the Staples Center for much longer, but the Staples Center for now on December 10th. Rumor, Brock gonna be there. They say Brock gonna be there. With that, that leads us to our main event. But before we talk about our main event, I do want to say that this review, this podcast, this show is brought to you by Homage. Need vintage wrestling shirts? Then head over to homage.com/WWE. One thing you'll notice about their shirts is the high quality and comfort. Plus, they have a sizable collection of WWE designs as well as other types of shirts as well, not just WWE. So basically, you got some favorite brand that you like to rep? Well, they probably got it. When you check out, use code PWUnlimited15 and you'll get 15% off of your purchase. Also, use the link in the description below to support us here at Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Remember, use code PWUnlimited15 at checkout when you're going over to Homage and getting some of their nice t-shirts. We got our main event. It's a WWE Champion Big E against the Universal Champion Roman Reigns. This match, fantastic. Really good. I adored this match to pieces. As the kids say, it humped. It humped. That's what the kids say. I don't know. I get my slang words like that from Nick. That's something he would say. This match humped. Even when I was a young 22-year-old, I never talked like that. So yeah, I just go off of what Nick always, the words that Nick uses. I assume they're the cool words. They started at a slow pace and built it up towards the end of the match. I really, really liked the way they did this. It was a start where they started off slow. They hit a middle where you can tell, oh man, they're really going good. And then they kind of went down just a little and then boom, towards that finish. I really liked the way that, I don't know if you could say the match was planned out. The match was choreographed out. Or I just really liked the way that this match had its ebbs and flows perfectly. The Big E and Reigns locked up early and Big E gained the advantage. Reigns rolled out of the ring and Heyman gave him a little pep talk. Reigns jumped into the ring and quickly took over. He backed Big E into the corner and hit a series of clotheslines. Big E avoided Reigns with a leapfrog and hit a back elbow for a near fall. Big E dragged Reigns to the apron but missed his splash. He appeared to injure his knee off that splash. Reigns slowed down the pace with a chin lock and Big E broke free, but Reigns cut him off with the back elbow. Fans then broke out into a New Day Rocks, New Day Rocks, New Day Rocks chant. Reigns rocked Big E with the big boot for a near fall. He started yelling at the fans and threw Big E into the ring post. Reigns continued to dominate and threw Big E into the ring post again. Also, I'm glad Peacock now has a rewind feature because I missed the first 2 minutes of this when my Peacock went black and then it came back and it stuttered a couple of times. So I am tremendously thankful that Peacock now has a rewind feature that I was able to see the beginning of this match. Where was I? Big E hit a series of belly-to-bellies at one point after he reversed being thrown into the steps. He followed this up with a big splash, but Reigns recovered and hit a Samoan drop. Reigns then hit a series of clotheslines in the corner, but Big E fought back with a Uranagi for a 2. Big E then locked on the stretch muffler. Reigns broke free, hit a sit-out powerbomb, and got a near fall of his own. Reigns went for a Superman punch. Big E avoided it. Reigns then hit the rock bottom for a near fall. Fans then broke out into a loud Rocky chant. Reigns hit a Superman punch, but Big E didn't go down. Reigns hit another Superman punch, and Big E tried to get back to his feet. Reigns hit a third Superman punch and set up for the spear, and I loved this. So he hits the third Superman punch. Big E kind of goes down for a minute, and the cameras are on Roman. Roman goes into the corner. He's looking around, ready to do the ooh-ah. He's ooh-ah, and as he looks like this, there's Big E standing in front of him, just like, all just jacked out and like, oh, this man's going to kill Roman. Fans go wild. Big E's on his feet, right in Roman's face. This was great. Because it's like Roman thinks he's got him down. Roman thinks he's going to hit that spear, go for the win. No. Big E's on his feet and in your face. Big E then hit a spear off the apron to take over, but not for long. Reigns then immediately hits a spear of his own for a close near fall. Fans broke out in a very loud dueling chant of, "Let's go, Big E. Let's go Roman. Let's go Biggie. Let's go Roman. They really put Biggie over strong, that even though he lost, he barely lost. Biggie went for a second spear off the apron and Reigns caught him in a guillotine. Biggie powered out and hit the big ending, but Reigns got his foot on the bottom ropes. Fans then broke out into "This is awesome" chant, and this match was awesome. Biggie slammed Roman head first on the announce table and threw him into the ring post. Reigns recovered and threw Biggie knee first into the steps. Reigns then hit a Superman punch off said steel steps. In the ring, Biggie went for the big ending, but his knee gave out. Reigns slipped out and went for the knee, hit the spear, and picked up the victory. Roman Reigns does pin Big E. Roman, Heyman, they start leaving. Cameras turn. There's Big E up on his feet. So just because the WWE champion got pinned, he's still not dead. Roman didn't actually kill him. And I liked that. That he was able, moments later, to get up and just be like, yep, I lost, but I ain't dead. Roman and Heyman walked to the top of the ramp. Roman then acknowledged the logo of Survivor Series on the screen, and then the show goes off the air. That was Survivor Series. I thought overall it was a pretty good show. Didn't care for the finish of the kickoff match, and the women's match kind of got boring at times. But other than that, I thought all the other matches were really, really, really good. But yes, John D. Akanuk, I think I said that right, says the question we're all wondering, where is the egg? Where is the egg indeed? But with that, you know what I thought of tonight's Survivor Series. Now I want to know what you guys thought. Remember, you can put a super chat in the live chat. All super chats do get read live on the air. And you can text in to 510-906-1341. Again, that is 510-906-1341. As far as the polls do go, where is the Twitter poll? Twitch poll. We'll do Twitch poll first. Twitch poll. 75% of you liked tonight's Survivor Series, with 25% not liking it. As far as the Twitter poll does go, where is it? I can't find the where it is. There it is. Wow. 44% of you on Twitter did not like tonight's Survivor Series. 38% thought it was just all right. And 18% did like the show. Interesting. As far as the YouTube poll does go, 53% liked tonight's show. 29% thought it was just all right. And 18% did not like it. As far as the text messages here, I like Survivor Series. Who do you think should challenge for the U.S. title and SmackDown Tag Team titles next? Tag titles on SmackDown. Let's go Usos and the New Day, just to keep that stuff going. U.S. title, I don't really know, because we're in a weird influx right now. Is Priest a heel? Is Priest not a heel? Has he transitioned? Has he not? Who, what, where? Another one saying who should challenge for the U.S. title. Oh, this one's who should challenge Nakamura. Challenge Nakamura. I don't know. They really haven't built anybody yet for those mid-card titles. First says, I think Survivor Series did all right tonight. Who do you think should challenge for the Raw Tag Team Championships? WWE. Okay, I don't know. I can give my opinions, but I don't really know who should challenge for what titles, because they haven't built really anybody up. Like I already said, Raw Tag titles. I don't even know what tag teams are on Raw that are in a good enough position, to be honest. As far as the SmackDown Women's title, Toni Storm. Final text message here. Is Sasha the blame of the women's team SmackDown blowing the gas? Huh? Complete sentences, please. My dyslexic brain can't handle. I think they're asking, is Sasha to blame for SmackDown losing? No. The whole other team is to blame. Minus Toni Storm, because they fucked Sasha and themselves. They screwed Sasha and themselves. But with that, guys, I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and Twitter.com/PW Unlimited. But we've got one more piece of business to take care of. Ooh. is winning this. Let's go over here. All right, if you have been active in the chat, your name is on the list. Let's click here, randomly pick a name that has been added from the chat, and the winner is JebFan88. The winner is JebFan88, JebFan88. So I need JebFan88 to either message, 'cause you're from the YouTube chat. I need JebFan to either message me on Twitter at PW Unlimited or at TimmyBuddy, or email me, timmybuddy@gmail.com, with your information so I can get you out your bobblehead. Congratulations to JebFan88 for winning the AJ Styles bobblehead. With that, guys, I want to say thank you for joining me here tonight. Tomorrow we got Monday Night Raw to talk about, so have a good night, and I'll see you next time.